Since the start of war in Ukraine on February 24th, hundreds of thousands of Russians left Russia. These, for the most part, are the Russians that do not support Putin's regime, and they are leaving because they're afraid for their life. During the first week or so of the war, a number of new laws were passed by the Russian government, which effectively precluded the remaining independent media from telling the truth. So what we saw is complete annihilation of the independent media. Russian people still can get access to social media such as YouTube. Instagram is rumored to have been blocked. So has Facebook. Russians go to messengers such as Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram, and join information groups there to get their news. But the Kremlin is not reporting to its people the scale of operations conducted in Ukraine. It is not reporting the number of casualties experienced by the Russian military. And parents, mothers of soldiers who are killed or missing in Ukraine cannot get access to factual information on the whereabouts of their loved ones. The reason why Putin went to this length and turned up his repression domestically to such an extent tells us that he understands that the opinion of the Russian people is a factor in his decision making, and that it is a game changer for the Russian people to have the full access to the factual information. The courageous act by Marina Ovsyannikova, who broke into the primetime news with an anti-war posters, was momentous. It was very encouraging to millions and millions of anti-war Russians who already are against war and very well informed, but thought that maybe the system was impenetrable. The biggest agent of change inside Russia would come from the Kremlin's elites. And Marina Ovsyannikova is an active member of that elite. And this is showing us that this elite is cracking and splintering. 12 hours after this act, she was arrested. She's clearly facing some serious criminal charges and political prosecution. But this was a brave act, and it inspired so many Russians.
I don't like Russia start this invasion.
No independent group can conduct surveys or public opinion polls inside Russia that are giving you the real picture. This is why I'm highly suspicious of claims that the majority of the Russian people support Putin or support war. If this was the case, Putin would not need to eliminate the free media. He would not need to arrest protesters. He would not need to hide the fact that he's conducting a war or to hide the number of casualties. We have to, as the West, find a way to speak directly to the Russian people and explain to them not only what is going on, but explain to them that we do differentiate between Putin, his system, his facilitators, those who resource this aggression, those who enable this aggression, and the Russian people. We have to tell them that the sanctions and the various economic measures taken by Western governments and Western private sector are not aiming to punish the Russian people, but attempting to get Putin to change his policy and to end this massacre in Ukraine. It is very important for the West to support these Russians who are outside Russia because of the war in Ukraine. They are the most effective communicators. They still have extensive networks inside Russia. They still have family and friends. Many of them are members of educated, elite, professional, cosmopolitan milieu of Russians. So they are influencers. They're able to influence hundreds, if not thousands, of Russians inside. And they understand very well that in this situation, the victim is Ukraine, the people of Ukraine. These Russians do not ask for pity. They do not have the victim mentality. They want to help turn this public opinion around in Russia. They want to figure out how they can get through to the Russians and how they, with resources they have, can change the calculus of the Kremlin. Right now, the number one goal is to make sure that Ukraine is victorious, that it has a military victory. However, once this victory is achieved and the Russian aggression in Ukraine stops, it's critical that things do not go back to where they were with Putin. We cannot go back to normalizing how the West interacts with Putin and his regime. Doing this means getting ready for the next war.